Hey parents, today we're talking about how to avoid a Romeo and Juliet situation with your teen who wants to date.
So we all know the story of Forbidden Love, the two teenagers that are falling in love, their families don't want them together, and it's just this overwhelming, sad story, and it actually ends very tragically.
So the obvious question you might have is, can you forbid your teenage daughter from dating that loser teenage kid with all the tattoos?
Well, the short answer is yes, you're the parents. You can forbid your teenagers from doing certain things so long as they're living in your home, but it's not really the tactic we would suggest.
I think it's better to talk about boundaries with your kids rather than just, flat out black and white ultimatums that you lay down for them.
So one boundary would just be encourage group settings. It's okay if your teenager talks about one particular person, but encourage them to hang out in a group setting and not one-on-one.
Another obvious boundary is not to let them hang out alone in your basement or in their basement. No closed doors. I know that maybe sounds a little bit like you're being a dictator, but you're the parent. Set the boundary.
Make your own list. Think about when you were a teenager and maybe some trouble you got yourself in and some boundaries that you probably should have had in place and you didn't. Write those down so that you have clarity as a parent of what you feel like the appropriate boundaries are for your teenager, because then you can share that with your teenager and say, these are the boundaries and here's why. You have clarity, they have clarity.
So you'll have to communicate this, but make sure that you get it in your mind first so that you can communicate it clearly to your teen.
And parents, don't think that this is a kind of one and done kind of conversation. Be prepared that you're gonna have several of these conversations about dating, that you're gonna talk about what are the risks, what are the things they're watching with their friends and hearts that get broken, and how should they view dating. It should be an ongoing conversation that you work through it and grow through it so they're prepared to really think about, should dating be part of their life? Should it not?
Now we'll put some links below to help you have some of these conversations with your teens, but parents, don't forget, you're the parent, they're the teen. Clearly communicate, set these boundaries for them, and hopefully over time they're going to take ownership and learn how to set boundaries for themselves.